Good morning, everyone. Sisters Enterprise is excited to share this morning with you as we celebrate 18 years of random acts of kindness and honoring our activists and centenarians who have blessed and graced the state of Colorado with their generosity and selfless acts. Sisters Enterprise is comprised of founders Betty Funderburk, Eleanor L. Reynolds. Board members Brett Hughes, Wilma Jones, Linda C. Shaw, Carl Thornton, May Tran, Sabrina Wright Holbert, and a host of generous friends, former board members, and sponsors. Together, these two sisters have formed a 501(c) nonprofit organization that was designed and purposed with you in mind. We are honored that you have come to celebrate and cheer on your Random Acts of Kindness recipient. And we thank you for sharing in this noteworthy occasion. Though Sisters Enterprise is founded on random acts of kindness done without any compensation in return, we believe, as purveyors of kindness, that we would honor and celebrate those who live accordingly. Sisters Eleanor and Betty says, our religion is simple. Our religion is kindness. Welcome to the 18th Random Acts of Kindness Awards ceremony. Our theme is honoring hope. We will begin by introducing our keynote speaker, the Honorable Michael H. Kaufman, Mayor of Aurora, Colorado. Then we will hear about this year's honorees.
Good morning. I'm Aurora Mayor Mike Kaufman, and I appreciate the invitation to speak at this year's Random Acts of Kindness Award ceremony. Before the pandemic, we all would have been in the same room for this event. Celebrating the award recipients, meeting virtually is now a safer option. It's just one of the many ways COVID has disrupted our lives. It is also symbolic of the growing distance between people. The pandemic is driving people farther apart. With that divide, it is more important than ever that we have kindness in our lives. In the face of anger, frustration, and selfishness, we need calmness, resolution, and generosity. We need people to care about other people. For 18 years, Sisters Enterprises has been recognizing the people and organizations who do that. They encourage all of us to take time out of our day to do something nice for someone else. They honor those who have made a meaningful difference in our community. Their Random Act of Kindness Award has been given to people from all walks of life, a demonstration that anybody can make the world a better place. Aurora is one of the most diverse cities in Colorado and in the United States. We are very proud of this. Unique cultures and communities live side by side. Values like fairness, respect, and compassion are widely shared. We may not all look the same, but we all strive to do the right thing. The people and organizations we are honoring today make an impact in so many ways: food distribution, health education, therapy, assistance for the disadvantaged, and international outreach efforts are just a few areas where their presence is felt. Where help is needed, they are there. We are proud of your dedicated service to others. Thank you for your hard work and positive contributions. I'd like to specifically acknowledge one of today's recipients, Ron Harris. He is about to start a new job, but he has worked for the city of Aurora as a library services circulation supervisor. He built great relationships with staff. He improved the customer experience at Aurora Public Library and made everyone feel welcome and appreciated. Thank you, Ron, for your service to the city. Some award winners have been small business owners. Small business will always have a special place in my heart because my parents were small business owners and I started a small business in Aurora as well. I understand the extraordinary sacrifices that go into starting a small business, from putting your life savings on the line to working endless hours to get a small business off the ground. To run a small business while also working off hours to build up your community is impressive. Honoring hope is the theme of this year's event. Hope motivates us. Hope drives us to do the right thing. We need more hope in our lives, and we should honor what we truly need more of. I hope before next year's event, we see more random acts of kindness. It is something all of us can do. May we be inspired by today's recipients to go out and do something good for our community, whether it is helping a stranger with a small task or taking a few minutes to do something thoughtful for a neighbor. It doesn't take much, but if we all do a little bit becomes a lot. Thank you for inviting me to speak today, and congratulations to this year's recipients.
My name is Brenda Faye Clark, and I'm honored to be one of the Sisters Enterprise Random Acts of Kindness honorees for 2022. Let me give you my thoughts about why it's important to be kind in our world today. I'm talking from the point of being a giver and a receiver. So I'm a mother of 3, grandmother of 7, great-grandmother of 2. So yes, I give to my family, but I also find time to give and share with others. I give to random GoFundMes, and sometimes I can pay a bill for somebody every once in a while. I'm a mental health counselor, and often I provide services for free for those in need and can't pay. I also work through collaborative services who are funded by grants for clients. My practice is full right now. I'm also a minister, and I provide solace, direction, care, kindness. And again, there's no pay, but it is the right thing to do. Because of that, I too have been the recipient of random kindnesses. My daughter was 39 when she died of COVID in November of 21. So many I'd shown kindness to gave it back to me, but there were so many who I didn't even know. Totally unexpected. I am so grateful who gave to me different things. Now, did I give kindness to receive? No. But being kind has its own payment in return. Therefore, I'm encouraging you to be guilty of being kind. I assure you, you will be blessed in one way or another. Thank you again, Sisters Enterprise, for this moment to share. God bless you all.
Brenda Faye Clark, M.A., LPC, CIGT, founder of Victory Counseling Services, LLC. Brenda is a licensed professional counselor with the state of Colorado. She provides individual, couples, family, and group counseling. She works with teens to adults with trauma, grief, and loss, sexual abuse recovery, domestic violence recovery for women, relationship concerns, including premarital counseling. Brenda was born and raised in Colorado and moved to Kansas, California, and came back to Colorado 26 years ago after divorce. Brenda recently celebrated her 65th birthday and is continuing to live vibrantly. Brenda has lived here with her 3 children, 7 grandchildren, and 3 great-grandchildren. She became active in helping women recover from sexual assault and holds ministry for survivors and continues to this day. Since Brenda's return to Colorado, her ministry call has her ordained as apostle, called to help others come out of and live forward from abuse, strengthen their mental health, and use their gifts for the kingdom of God. Brenda is a charter member of the Therapists of Color Collaborative under the direction of founder Rosina Schwerer Santiago. This group provides therapy services to people of color via grants of funding organizations. Brenda has periodically provided counseling services to clients who were unable to pay and carried no insurance. Often these clients were donated 20 sessions to work through their mental health concerns. Approximately 5 clients per year have received this gift. Brenda authored Moving from Victim to Victory, a faith-based curriculum for female survivors of sexual abuse, incest, child sexual abuse, and date rape. She conducts workshops at local churches and now through the Zoom process. Generally, the cost for the book and journal is charged. There have been several occasions where the book and journal were donated to ensure their opportunity to begin their journey to victory. In her ministerial role as an apostle, under the provision of providing pastoral counseling, often attendees did not have finances, but needed the wise counsel generated through spiritual discussions and impact on their lives. Here is another situation where their sessions were at no cost. Brenda says she is excited to help others get what they need to prosper in life, especially in their mental health. It is her desire to increase the numbers of people she can help and therefore prosper our communities.
Hi everyone, my name is Pastor Lemu Martin. Thank you so much for this opportunity, and I'm thankful for nominated through Sister Enterprise. I want to share my experience. This time, I came to the United States over 30 years ago as an asylee, and I have a lot of experience about challenges in my life. This time, I have in community as a pastor and also translator and supporter with Colorado Burma Roundtable Network. And also, I'm the volunteer at the Mango House Dental Clinics as a dental assistant. I'm enjoy to help the people because I know they need helps, and after they receive helps, they happy. I'm happy too. That's why I continue helping this community today. Thank you. Have a wonderful day. May God bless you all.
Reverend Lamu Martin was born in 1959 in Upper Myanmar, also known as Burma. He was born and raised in a Christian family and received the Lord Jesus as his Savior when he was 13 years old. He graduated from Mandalay University in 1984 with a major in geology. He worked for the Mandalay Art and Science University's Geology Department when the big riot in Myanmar of 1988 happened. He left his country and arrived in the United States on February 2, 1990. His family moved to Colorado in 1997. They run a family business as a subcontractor at supermarkets to process Asian and Japanese food. Their 3 children have grown up in this country, and all family members have become U.S. citizens. Their family is the first Karen family to live in Denver, Colorado. In 2007, many Karen refugee families moved to Denver, Colorado, and La helped them through the resettlement process, getting them enrolled for school and navigating the paperwork and appointments at government offices, as well as grocery shopping and many other needed services. He has an MBA from DeVry University for theological study and went to Golden Gate Theological Seminary. He started the Burma Roundtable Network in February of 2007 and chose the church name as Karen Baptist Church of Denver. His community helped him to find a space at the International Hope Center for their worship service. He worked as a lay pastor until he received his confirmation as a pastor in November 2008. He became an ordained minister in 2013 and as a member of the Ordination Council. In addition to being a minister, he volunteers at the Mango House Refugee Clinic as a dental assistant. Many ministers from Myanmar worked together to start at Karen Baptist Convention, through which they founded Karen Baptist Churches in the USA in 2009. KBSC USA. There are more than 100 Karen Baptist churches working together in KBC USA. La served for the Central North region as their chairperson from 2009 to 2018. He also started a Karen Bible Institute of Colorado in January 2010, now known as the Ethine Leadership Institute. He then helped found Karen Theological Study Center, KTSC, in 2015. From 2015 until the pandemic prevented them, La and his colleagues went on mission trips back to Myanmar, in which they provided a medical team to provide health services. This coming September 2022, they have plans to go to the Myanmar and Thailand border to help many internationally displaced persons, IDP. There was a military coup in Myanmar in February 2021, and there continues to be many battles in the cities and insurgency areas. Across Myanmar, there are more than 650,000 IDPs due to the military takeover in February 2021. KBC USA supported many IDPs in many areas and helped to build an emergency medical center at the Myanmar and Thailand border where they provide food, clothes, medicine, and medical supplies. Thank you, sir, for your service, for your heart, and for your love of mankind.
Hi, my name is Myra Wazatsky, and I'd first like to thank Sisters Enterprise for awarding me the Random Acts of Kindness Award. It's truly appreciated and very humbling to know that there's organizations out there that are acknowledging people that perform little acts of kindness in a world where things are so crazy right now. We've all got a cross to bear, whether it's health issues or money issues or issues with family and spouses and children. We just need a little kindness. The world needs more of love and less of hate and separation. I like to perform acts of kindness just because it feels good to me. I think if we do a little bit for our fellow man, just a little thing, a smile or a cup of coffee or a compliment, it'll go a long way in making the world a better place and acknowledging that we're all here for one reason, and that's to love and to give to ourselves and each other. So let's keep doing that. And that's my message.
Myra Wazatsky was born and raised in Manhattan, New York. She is of Puerto Rican descent, and family and friends are very important to her. As a child, she was bullied due to alopecia. This made her tough but compassionate. She learned to play the piano and played at Carnegie Hall as a child. She is a 2-time breast cancer survivor, a wife, a mom, and a small business owner. After her first experience with cancer, she created a nonprofit called Soul Survivors. This helped others with cancer through their journey. They helped Lorelei, a 4-year-old with brain cancer, have a princess party. Sadly, that was Lorelei's last birthday. The nonprofit was too much to maintain, as Myra was working as a global leader for Fortune 500 companies designing their strategic operational process. Myra made sure that the funds went to 2 other worthy nonprofits when she dissolved it. She currently serves on the board of Hope Held by a Horse, which is a free breast cancer retreat. She has adopted 2 rescue horses and is a mom to 2 rescue pit bulls as well. Since her initial breast cancer diagnosis, Myra has supported so many breast cancer organizations, has helped raise awareness, and has raised funds for much needed services in our community. She spreads kindness wherever she goes, always helping others and smiling, brightening the world. Her favorite quote is, "Enjoy life. It isn't a dress rehearsal."
We hear you, Myra, and we celebrate your life, your courage, and your heart to share.
Greetings from the Center for African American Health. My name is Deidre Johnson. When I think about acts of kindness, to me the importance goes back to when I was a child. I was raised in a household where I was told not only is it important to be kind to others, but in that act, you get as much out of it as the person you're giving to. In this pandemic world, with racial unrest, racism on the rise, and so much sorrow and heartbreak, it's even more important that we think about others, how to ease what they're going through, and how we can all work together to create a better community. My favorite quote has always been, "Happiness is planting a tree under whose shade you may never sit." And that's what it means to me. A lot of the things we do today we'll never feel the benefit of. But if it can help someone else's life or trajectory, if it can just ease what they're going through just a little bit, that's worth it. That works for me. Thank you so much, and have a beautiful day.
The Center for African American Health, CAAH, is improving the health and well-being of African Americans in the Denver metro area by offering community-based, evidence-based disease prevention and disease management programs, events, and services. With values that embrace the rich legacy of the Black church in the African American experience, the CAAH believes that the church continues to be the backbone within the African American community for citizen engagement, leadership development, and enabling self-sufficiency. Supported by a powerful team of experienced staff members and countless partners and volunteers, CEO and Executive Director Deidre Johnson, MBA, is a results-oriented executive who has an extensive background in strategic planning, grant making, grants management, fundraising, program development, project management, strategic learning, and systems evaluation. Managing her team based on old-fashioned random acts of kindness methodologies. Denver native, Johnson graduated from St. Mary's Academy, holds a bachelor's degree in English from Princeton University, and an MBA from the Yale School of Management. Deidre Johnson joined the Center for African American Health in December 2015.
There's a famous quote often attributed to legendary UCLA basketball coach John Wooden. The quote states, "Character is who you are when no one is watching." When I think about what makes a random act of kindness, I always go back to this quote. I believe that behavior is contagious, so therefore it is our duty to share at least one random act of kindness per day. If you're in a grocery store and you're seeing that cashier having a hard time, do something nice for that person. Recognize that person. In turn, that will make their day better and they'll be more likely to pass that behavior along. Random acts of kindness also are given without recognition. So this means you do this kind act and expect nothing in return. So when I think about random acts of kindness, I think about these things. I think about giving and expecting nothing in return. With that being said, I'm happy to be recognized by this organization and also as a RAACtivist. Thank you.
Ron Harris is a native of Demopolis, Alabama. Most of his adult life was spent in Tuscaloosa. While attending the University of Alabama, Ron served as the library liaison for the Tuscaloosa Area Virtual Museum. At the university, he enrolled in an interdisciplinary studies program that led him to earning a Bachelor of Arts degree in Leadership in Science, Technology, and Culture. This unique degree path was born from a devotion to community service using emerging technologies. As libraries evolved from book repositories to community hubs, Ron used his expertise to create new digital initiatives in Tuscaloosa. These initiatives included teaching small business owners how to create their own e-commerce sites, basic computer help for senior citizens, and research methods for high school students. In 2021, he and his wife relocated to Aurora, Colorado, where he served as the circulation supervisor for the city of Aurora's public libraries. He was drawn to this area due to the growing and diverse population. His primary areas of focus in this position were partnering with organizations devoted to serving people experiencing homelessness, as well as making the library more accessible to Aurora's expanding immigrant community. He is the recipient of the Bernard Usher Scholarship. Seeking involvement in his community, he served on the Sisters Enterprise Board until his opportunity to further his education led to some big changes. This spring, Ron got the news that he was accepted to graduate school. Ron will continue his education once again at the University of Alabama, where he will seek a Master of Arts in Library Information Sciences. He was also awarded the prestigious EBSCO Information Services Scholars Fellowship, where he will be curating a digital community project. Congratulations, Ron. Mike Thompson was born in Houston, Texas, and has lived in Colorado since age 11. He attended college at Grambling State University and Metro State College. At Metro State, he majored in music. While at Metro, he majored in music, and his minor was in business and accounting. As a professional speaker, Mike served as an officer of the absolutely articulate Toastmasters International Club. Well known for his work as a mentor, motivational speaker, model, singer, and activist. This Christian gentleman of distinction continues to provide outreach mentorship to menfolk from all walks of life. As host of The Father Show, featuring himself on a 30-minute podcast focusing on, but not limited to, men's needs and issues. This CEO founder has received accolades and recognition far and wide. The popular Father Show Resource Program was launched in November 2004. It represents a web-based organization that provides resources to men by helping them to become better fathers, husbands, and men. Says Mike, I am so pleased to have been asked to participate in the Sisters Enterprise annual Random Acts of Kindness program. Every day we see and hear about all the negativity happening around the world. It is so heartwarming and uplifting to hear about and be a part of something that brings positivity into our world. As a Sisters Enterprise Ractivist who was honored in 2011, it is my honor and privilege to perform Grandma's Hands by Bill Withers for your 2022 Random Acts of Kindness virtual program. Watch or listen to The Father Show on YouTube, Spotify, Pandora, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, Facebook, TuneIn, Alexa, and other apps.
Hello, everyone. My name is Mike Thompson, and I'm a military brat born in Houston, Texas. I have lived in Denver, Colorado since the age of 13, but currently I spend most of my time in the New Orleans area. Back in 2011, I was honored by these two beautiful sisters to be an honoree of this program, Random Acts of Kindness. Today, I will be singing Grandma's Hands by Bill Withers. I hope you enjoy it. Grandma's hands clapped in church on Sunday morning. Grandma's hands play the tambourine so well. Grandma's hands used to issue out a warning. She'll say, Mikey, don't you run so fast. Might fall on a piece of glass. Might be snakes are in that grass. Grandma's hands. Grandma's hands soothe the local unwed mother. Grandma's hands used to ache sometimes and swell. Grandma's hands used to lift her face and tell her, she'll say, baby, Grandma understands that you really love that man. Put yourself in Jesus' hands, Grandma's hands. Grandma's hands used to hand me a piece of candy. Grandma's hands picked me up each time I fell. Oh, Grandma's hands, boy, they really came in handy. She'll say, Maddie, don't you whip that boy. What you wanna spank him for? He done dropped no apple core, but I don't have Grandma anymore. When I get to heaven, I'll look for Grandma's hands. Thank you, and God bless you all.
My name is Teresa Cradle, and I am honored to be nominated to be a member of the Random Acts of Kindness organization. My passion has always been to help people that are in need. I have had the opportunity to serve many people in many different ways. For instance, I had the opportunity to hand out food boxes during and after the pandemic. My family and I worked as a team, spending 6 to 8 hours once a week delivering food boxes to those that couldn't come to our staging area, which is how I had the pleasure of meeting Sister Eleanor, which allowed me to find out about this great organization. If you have four people named everybody, somebody, anybody, and nobody, and there was an important job to be done, and everybody was sure that somebody would do it, somebody got angry about that because it was everybody's job. Everybody thought anybody can do it, but nobody realized that everybody wouldn't. It ended up that everybody blamed somebody when nobody did what anybody could have done. With that being said, if everybody waits for somebody else to help anybody, nobody would never be helped. So for me, I choose to help everybody I can.
Teresa Credo was born in Denver, Colorado, and raised in Los Angeles from the age of 2 by a single mother of 5. After graduating from high school at age 17, Teresa attended Southwest College, where she majored in accounting. Throughout her childhood, she attended Mount Olive Missionary Baptist Church with her mother and grandmother. Upon always observing those reaching out to help people in need from all walks of life, this experience led her to walk in their footsteps. While enjoying this outreach ministry, Teresa has reached out to help others ever since. In return, God has put it on her heart to help whomever He places in her life who may need assistance, thus blessing her in the process. She moved to Denver in 1987 after experiencing 7 years of abuse and drug addiction by her first husband. She later met her now wonderful husband, David Credo, in 2004, who is a true God-fearing man. David introduced her to Abundant Life Baptist Church, where they continue their homeless outreach ministry with their grandchildren while reaching out to the homeless and others who need assistance. For 20 plus years, she attended church in the city, pastored by Reverend Michael Walker, and volunteered with their homeless ministry. She's now a member of Abundant Life Baptist Church, Reverend Russell Jackson, where she works with the homeless and hospitality ministries. Now, she resides in Westminster, Colorado. She and her husband are the proud grandparents of 14 grandchildren. Teresa raised a tight-knit family with determination, love, and faith. Much like her mother and grandmother, Teresa kept her kids and grandchildren in church so they would have the same opportunity to connect with God as had been instilled in her. In 2011, she and her husband were blessed to raise 3 of their grandchildren. One will be graduating this year. From 2019 to 2021, she became involved in a food box giveaway program, including fruit, veggies, meat, milk, etc. She was charged with picking up, organizing, and delivering 60 to 100 boxes of food. Through this program, she met Sisters board members Eleanor Reynolds and Wilma Jones. Having faced some challenges in her life, Teresa has relied on her faith in God, who has answered her prayers. Teresa says, "We should never worry or give up, and always keep the faith."
Hi, Eleanor of Sisters Enterprises wanted me to introduce myself. I'm Jim Bartouche, and I am the fellow that does all the portraits of the honorees for Sisters Enterprises. And she wanted me to tell something about myself. I'm a retired Army sergeant. That was fun. And I worked as an art director for many years in a Chicago ad agency. And even though I'm retired, I still like to teach art classes and do things like this. Eleonora's asked me years ago to do it, and it's my pleasure. I'm going to show you an example, if it works out, of what I do for her. This is, I don't know how this is going to turn out, but this is what it looks like. And she also wanted me to say something about the ideal of Sisters Enterprises. To me, the ideal is that maybe if we all had some respect for each other's views these days and, like each other a little more, and perhaps it'd be a better world. I'd like to see it happen, but we all have to work at it. So it's all up to all of us, actually. That's it. Thank you very much.
James Bartouche was born and raised in Chicago, Illinois. He attended art school at the American Academy of Art in Chicago. After serving a term in the Army during the Vietnam War, he returned to the States and worked for an ad agency. He started in the lowest paying job, a keyline paste-up artist, and later was promoted to the job of illustrator and finally the art director for the ad agency. After Jim's wife passed away, he moved to Las Vegas, Nevada. Before retirement, Jim worked for the casinos as an illustrator until he moved to Denver in 2007. Now, Jim occasionally teaches art classes throughout the city and does illustrations, mostly portraits, for various organizations. Having done almost 50-plus portraits for Sisters Enterprise, he guessed that he has probably drawn more pets than people, since people really love their pets. Jim says it's as simple as emailing tanasa112040 at gmail.com. TANASA 112040 at gmail.com. This gifted artist is the father of 3 girls: Lisa, a flight attendant; Gina, a school principal; and Krista, an esthetician. He is also the proud grandfather of 4 smart grandchildren.
Hello, my name is Angel Malal, and I was born and raised in a small Maasai village in northern Tanzania. I grew up with 16 siblings, 2 moms, and 1 dad. We lived very traditionally. We lived in mud huts and carried water and firewood on our heads. In 2010, I met my adoptive dad, Tony Mataroli, and in 2012, he actually brought me to the States for a better life and better education. In the random acts of kindness, I'm actually one of the lucky ones, as I've experienced both on the receiver side and on the giver side. On the receiver side, it was because of my adoptive dad, Tony Mataroli, who brought me to the States and gave me this wonderful life and better education. And as a giver, I started my own nonprofit in 2018 called One Love to help educate the people in my village and also do various projects like water, electricity, shop, better houses, and various projects. And I did all of this because of the resources that were around me. So I urge anybody out there to always help someone next to you if they need help. We do need to make a difference in this world. Thank you.
Angel Malal was born and raised in a small Maasai village in northern Tanzania. Angel's life could have gone in a different direction had her dad not strongly believed in education
and enrolled her in a school in a neighboring village. It was through that school that her family met Coloradan Tony Matarelli, a volunteer who offered to adopt Angel and bring her to the U.S. to continue her education. Seeing so much potential in her, Matarelli said, "I just knew she had so much in her." One of 16 kids, Angel arrived in the U.S. with a strong constitution to learn all that she could. She was a little behind at first, but amazingly, she worked hard to never earn less than a B on her report card. While in high school, Angel proved to be a quick learner and started talking about finding new ways to help her family in Tanzania. The result was One Love, a nonprofit that helps to bring new opportunities for those in the Tanzanian village. With a growing list of sponsors, her nonprofit has been successful in recruiting sponsors that is helping with community improvements, such as bringing water and electricity to her village. The village also has a shop now where items like homemade jewelry can be sold. If Malel has her way, her village will soon have a school of its own. She says, "I've already gotten a piece of land where I'm going to build a school, but it's a slow process." At 22 years of age, the One Love founder knows the opportunities she has been given are unique, but she desires to help as many other people as possible in her village. Now a student at the University of Colorado Boulder, majoring in media production at CMCI's Department of Critical Media Practices, Angel's goal is to develop the skills to professionally document and share authentic stories of underrepresented people and cultures. Visual storytelling is one of the most powerful and accurate ways of capturing and preserving these stories. Because the work that Angel has chosen to engage in is 100% random acts of kindness related, Sisters Enterprise pray that others will choose to walk in Angel Malel's footsteps.
I was a retired RN of 53 years. I did oncology for 5 years. I did med-surg for the rest of my years. I kind of floated in and out with the pools and hospitals to different areas, but I didn't like none of the areas. I didn't like OB at all. That wasn't me. Just giving out Motrin, that's it. I didn't like that. So I went back to my med-surg, and I retired in 2018. So I've been retired now for 3 years. My hobby is actually just being advocate for the elderly and the disabled. And I love doing that. I love being a helper. I'm a domestic violence survivor of 2017. I have a domestic violence anniversary every October for our church. And that's how I met Sabrina and some of the other ladies that I work with. We do have a panel at the church that we have. And my intentions is to go further, dealing with the children, dealing with the males, and just dealing with why they turn out the way that they turn out, and that it's not their fault, and they need help. And the ones that has mentally had emotional problems, trying to help them out and send them areas to go to.
Thank you.
Donna Schuler was born in Kansas in 1944. She spent 53 years working as a registered nurse. She has 3 children, 6 grandchildren, and 3 great-grandchildren. She is very active in her church and serves on their nursing advisory unit as well in many other roles. She is a domestic violence survivor and has a lot of passion to help others in similar situations. She actively works with her church to educate their parishioners about domestic violence and how they can safely intervene. She helped to create a domestic violence program that was presented to her church in October of 2021 via Zoom due to the pandemic. This was part of her efforts since 2017 to educate her community about the issue and how to overcome it. Donna worked with a local domestic violence agency to put together the program in which she read a poem that she wrote. She is also a published author. She is published in the book, God Met Me Here. She enjoys helping others who have been through tough times. She believes that kindness matters every day. Helping others is in her blood. Her favorite scripture is 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 10. For it is the grace of God that is within me that has brought me through my adversities.
Donna, may your faith continue to strengthen you as you walk along your life's path and journey. God bless.
Hello, I'm Tom Hobbs. I'm known as the Man in a Hat. I'm very honored that Eleanor and Betty asked me to share a snippet of, well, what I like to say is causing smiles for others, or others causing smiles for me. Eleanor and Betty like to say random acts of kindness. Easiest example, just a month and a half ago, I was at a restaurant eating by myself, and a young couple family was finishing their meal and leaving. And all of a sudden, a young lady, about 9 years old, little girl, she came running up to me and says, "Here you go, sir, this is for you." No, I don't need them. No, that should be for your waiter. No, sir, this is for you. I picked it and I says, no, and I caught her mom and her brother and sister going out the door. Says, "No, this isn't, what's going on? No. The mother says, "I'm teaching my daughter how to give. We would like to pay towards your meal." I thanked him because the mother was teaching the daughter an amazing thing. I keep that $20 bill folded up in my wallet so that I can pay it forward every chance I can. Try it. You might like it. Tom Hobbs, the Man in a Hat.
Tom Hobbs, known as the Man in the Hat, is a native of Colorado, raised in the country north of Denver. With a country boy mentality, his life has expanded to world traveler. After being a trained aircraft mechanic, he left that career and has been a 35-year entrepreneur. His numerous small businesses has allowed him a flexible life. His joy of dance put him on cruise ships, teaching and sharing dances with the single traveling ladies. This put him over 360 days on cruise ships and to visit all 7.5 continents. The many grand stories he heard from elders on cruise ships inspired him to become a professional speaker, trainer, and storyteller. Tom started helping elders and others put their holiday decorations up over 28 years ago. This business continues to today. This has earned him a grand living as well, adding vibrancy to private homes, homeowners associations, restaurants, and other businesses. This flexibility has allowed Tom to volunteer thousands of hours to the Red Cross as a speaker, trainer, and as a disaster response driver. When you ask him about teaching over 4,300 fifth graders fire safety skills through the Red Cross, He just smiles big. They are who named him the Man in the Hat. Mr. Hobbs, I bet you have grand stories that you can tell. Thank you for your service to the Red Cross and to our children.
Elizabeth A. Folks, and I was born July 4th, 1917.
Yeah. Where were you born?
1917.
Where?
Dallas, Texas.
Oh. And then when did you move after that?
I never did move back to Dallas. Never did. My brother started running a railroad in St. Louis, Missouri, and he started sending us one by one to St. Louis.
And then you went to New York.
Yeah, and I first took dancing lessons. Then I went to New York and started getting a job, and I came for 2 years.
Right. And that was the brown skin?
Models.
Yeah. Was that a good time?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. See, on the weekends, all the dancers and things, we get together and have parties.
Right. You like to party.
That's right.
That's when, like, Sammy Davis Jr.
Yeah, all of those kind of people.
Yeah. Wonderful. And then what makes you happy now?
Well, you know one thing, I've always been happy. I don't let nothing make me idle and ignorant.
Yeah.
I've always been like that.
Now, I heard that you used to love to cook and throw your own parties.
That's right. And when I learned to cook, I always go with my mother, and we cook together.
Nice.
Then later years, the man at Woolworths in St. Louis, downtown, heard about my mother, and he offered her a job, and she took it and took me with her.
Oh. Now, when you moved to Denver, you worked. Where did you work at?
Different places.
Yeah.
In different homes.
But I thought you worked at a clothing store.
Oh, I did. I did.
Where did you work?
Downtown.
Yeah. What was that place called? The Newsteaders?
No.
Newsteaders?
No. Newsteaders was a clothing store.
And you worked there, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where I retired from.
Oh. Did you enjoy working there?
Yeah, oh yes, because I love clothes. we get a discount.
Yeah. And you love hats too, don't you?
Well, I made hats.
Oh, you used to make hats.
Oh yeah.
Nice. So do you have any advice to anyone for living so long?
I tell you, I worked all the time. I never was around a lot of people. Never was.
Yeah. So is that your advice? Just
That's
keep
right.
working?
That's right. That's the only way.
Yeah. I know you're involved in a lot of the activities here. What's your favorite?
Oh. You know, I can't say. I really can't say.
I thought it was bingo.
Oh, it was. I forgot about my bingo. I love it.
And what's your favorite thing to eat? Someone brings you, we get you chicken sometime.
Oh, yeah. Popeye is my favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ate my last fish yesterday.
So any advice for our viewers?
Just try to get a good job. That's all I can say. That's all I can say.
Well, you have a happy birthday.
Oh,
you're going to be 105.
That's right.
Yeah.
We now come to the portion of our ceremony where we honor, celebrate, and share a portion of the incredible life journey of our centenarian, Sisters Enterprise, Random Acts of Kindness 2022 centenarian is Mrs. Elizabeth Folks. Congratulations. Congratulations. Mrs. Elizabeth Folks was born on July 4th, 1917, in Dallas, Texas, later growing up in St. Louis, Missouri. She had two brothers and one sister, Emma. She finished the 10th grade and at age 19 headed to New York City, the Big Apple. She got a job dancing with the Little Honey Dance Group and performed in various nightclubs with the likes of Sammy Davis Jr., Ray Charles, and others. Because she had a sense for fashion, she belonged to the Brown Skin Model Club. Said Liz, "Boy, did we have fun back then." After getting married, she and her husband moved back to St. Louis, where she performed from time to time. Elizabeth was married 3 times, but never had children. When she moved to Denver, she became involved in the Order of the Eastern Star as worthy matron of the Prince Hall affiliate. Keeping her fingers in the fashion world, Liz enjoyed working for the world-famous, well-known Newstetter stores as a sales associate. Serving the Denver area for nearly 75 years, the family-owned Newstetter stores accommodated some of the world's most famous clientele, who were attracted to Denver based on its cosmopolitan popularity, surrounded by beautiful mountains, healthy sunshine, and lots of fun. Says Liz, "I am most proud of the jobs that I've had over the years and how well I've been treated with ample doses of love and kindness." Liz has been a member of New Hope Baptist Church for well over half a century, and she still looks forward to dressing up, sometimes in a stylish pastel dress with matching hat, shoes, purse, and gloves. Of course, she always speaks highly about her pastor, Reverend Eugene Downing, as well as the other kind and friendly New Hope Baptist Church parishioners who regularly come out to visit her. Liz is always on time for most of her daily activities, especially when it's time to engage in her favorite game, bingo. Continuing to maintain a positive attitude at age 104, this phenomenal centenarian amazes residents and staff with her kind and caring, tenacious personality. She loves eating chicken from Popeyes and is so delighted whenever a friend surprises her with her favorite food. Liz enjoys a fun and stress-free life while living at one of Denver's finest senior residential centers. She loves how her room looks and smells when it is filled with sweet spirits and fresh flowers. While thanking God for gifting her with the gift of longevity, she is looking forward to her upcoming 105th birthday that will occur on July 4th. Her fervent advice to others is, work hard, do well, and don't stress by worrying over things that you have no control over. That sounds like sage advice to me. And what an incredible life journey. Thank you, Elizabeth.
Good morning, friends of Sisters Enterprise. My name is Eleanor Reynolds, and I am the president of this nonprofit organization that's been around for 18 years now. I'd like to share with you some information about a book that we're responsible for. It is called These Are They, and this book is a collection of bios and short stories reflecting the lives of our community's finest citizens. We call them RAACtivists. By sharing their random act of kindness stories and experiences, readers will learn new and improved ways to positively impact the lives of others by extending genuine, kind, and caring random acts of kindness to friends, family, and even strangers. After reading These Are They, we hope that you will agree that it's not what you have or even what you've accomplished. Rather, it is about who you've lifted up, who you've made better, and what you've given back. After all, my friends, service to others is the rent we pay for being on this earth and a great way to pay it forward. To celebrate our 18th annual Random Act of Kindness program this year, we are making available our These Are They books to those interested in purchasing one for only $19.99. That includes shipping and handling. Our These Are They books was co-authored by my sister Betty Funderburk and myself, Eleanor Reynolds. Of course, we were very honored to have our very own Honorable Colorado Senator Rhonda Fields provide the foreword for our book, and the book cover design was handled by May Tran. We thank everyone for helping to make this book project a successful one, and once again, if there are those listening that would like to purchase one of our books while the supply is available, please call us at 303-324-5927. Now, in light of the fact that we are celebrating our 18th annual Random Act of Kindness program this year, Sisters Enterprise wanted to shout out once again that we fervently believe that everyone should be treated with kindness and respect. That being said, we wanted to reach out in a special way to those in the homeless community. And so we have initiated a special Reach Out in Touch project for this weekend only, where we will distribute throughout the metro area goodie bags. And that means that people who are in the homeless population community, they may be lucky and blessed enough to receive one of our bags. So it will be distributed this weekend, and they'll be going to places like Denver, Aurora, Westminster, Arvada, and Thornton. Of course, we are also praying that many of our friends from all walks of life will be blessed and know that there are people out there that do care and are trying to do what we can to help our community become a stronger one and a safer one. Once again, if you know someone that received one of the bags, let them know that Sisters Enterprise and its board are very concerned about them and others. Last thing I'd like to share, we have another project that we are very, 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 very excited about, and it's called our Youth Literacy Project. Based on our experience as book authors, Sisters Enterprise thought it would be fun to select people, young people specifically, ages 12 to 18, who have an interest in becoming official authors of their own book, to partner with some of our friends and colleagues who are seasoned authors and writers to help them create their own book. Because literacy is the pathway to academic success and a healthier self-image, Sisters Enterprise hopes to close the literacy gap and advance the next generation of writers. While these young people will receive leadership, guidance, and all that is needed to create an ISBN, that's International Standard Book Number, for each book, they must have an interest in writing, but no prior experience is required. Needless to say, we are very excited about the recruitment of some of Colorado's finest young people who desire to move up to the next level of literacy success. For more information, please call us at 303-324-5927. Once again, we are seeking young people who are interested in writing their own book, ages 12 to 18, as well as adults with prior book writing editorial skills. Please call us and let us know if you're interested in partnering with us on this particular project. Now, for those who are just like me and our current board members and others that I know, and have a desire to join hands with Sisters Enterprise by becoming a board member, this is the time to do so. So please share this information with some of your friends, co-workers, and colleagues. If you desire to become a board member of Sisters Enterprise, please call us at 303-324-5927, and after a short interview to make sure it's a good match for both of us, we may make you an offer to join our organization. We've been around for 18 years, and we love helping others. Can't wait to hear from you. So those that are interested in performing random acts of kindness and joining our board, by all means, give us a call while we have a little bit of space left for that. And of course, I'd also love to hear from you if you're interested in purchasing one of our These or They books. Hope you have a great day, and I hope you enjoy our program this year. God bless you. Goodbye.
Sisters Enterprise is proud to give a shout out to our sponsors. Our financial sponsors include our presenting sponsor, Westera Credit Union, Zelda Du Bois, Appliance Factory, Brown's Fashion Store, Gooch's Transmission, Michael Harold Metal Sculptures, Keep It Clean Janitorial, Linda Skarsevich, Strive Fashion and Talent Productions, Taylor Funeral and Cremation, in-kind sponsors, Balcony Buddies, Colorado Botillion, Doubletree by Hilton, Heidi Wears, High Design Jewelry, Holly Heights Care Center, Personal Touch Creative Design, Thomas Lockhart Fine Artwork, Nick's Garden Center, Smokehouse Barbecue Catering, Unleash Your Inner Author. Again, thank you so very much. We could not have done it without your generous support. May you continue to flourish in all of your efforts. And of course, stay connected with Sisters Enterprise. Thank you.